Laudetur Jesus Christus. Praised be Jesus Christ. And welcome to this live broadcast of the funeral mass of Pope Francis, held this Saturday, April 26th, in the Vatican's St. Peter's Square. My name is Devin Watkins.
And I am Father Bonga Machola, and will be providing the commentary and translation for this liturgy.
We offer a warm welcome to everyone who is joining us for this solemn event. Some of you may be joining us through various Vatican media channels, including the Vatican News app, the Radio Vaticana app, and our Facebook Live feed. We also welcome all of those who are joining on our partner broadcast stations. And a warm welcome to all of our friends from the Deaf Catholic Youth Initiative for the Americas, DCYIA. Please visit our Vatican News YouTube channel to find translation of this liturgy in American Sign Language, or ASL.
And this broadcast will last throughout the funeral mass and the translation or transfer of the mortal remains of Pope Francis to the Basilica of St. Mary Major. It will cease with the late Pope's coffin when it has arrived in front of the icon of the Blessed Virgin Mary, Salus Populi Romani. His tomb has been prepared in a niche just next to the Pauline Chapel, which houses the ancient Roman icon.
As we begin this live broadcast, we see images for those of you following us on television, and for those of you following us on radio, diocesan radio stations and radio broadcasters throughout the globe. We can see the crowds of faithful who have gathered in St. Peter's Square. The Via della Conciliazione has been filled up. We can still see streams of the faithful coming to join this Requiem Mass for the late Pope Francis. The delegations of heads of state and foreign dignitaries are also taking their seats in front of the altar set up in the Parvis of St. Peter's Basilica to take part in this Mass. As you know by now, Pope Francis died on Easter Monday, April 21st at 7:35 a.m. at his Vatican residence in the Casa Santa Marta. Just the day before, in his final hours on Easter Sunday, the Pope appeared at the central balcony of St. Peter's Basilica to offer the Easter Urbi et Orbi blessing to the Church and to the world. He then rode in the Pope-mobile around St. Peter's Square, greeting the faithful as he always enjoyed doing throughout his 12 years on the See of Peter. On the evening of the Pope's death, Cardinal Kevin Farrell, Camerlengo of the Holy Roman Church, led the rite of ascertainment of death and placement in the coffin. Dr. Andrea Arcangeli, during that rite, he's the director of the Directorate of the Health and Hygiene of Vatican City State. He declared that Pope Francis had a stroke before falling into a coma on Monday morning and then suffered a heart attack. According to the official medical report, Pope Francis had a prior history of acute respiratory failure caused by multimicrobial bilateral pneumonia, multiple bronchiostases, high blood pressure, and type 2 diabetes.
And on Wednesday, the Cardinal Camerlengo presided at the rite of translation, which carried the Pope's mortal remains from the Casa Santa Marta to St. Peter's Basilica. His body lay in state until Friday evening. Around 250,000 people filed past the altar of the confession where his coffin lay to pay their respects. On Friday evening, Cardinal Camerlengo Farrell performed the rite of sealing of the coffin that was held in private in St. Peter's Basilica. The late Pope body was clothed in a red chasuble with a white mitre and a rosary clasped in his hands. In his coffin rested at ground level without a catafalque. The Pope himself had made this change to the Papal funeral liturgy. The ceremony began with the reading of a document listing the stages of Jorge Mario Bergoglio's life and his most important activities as Pope. It stated that the memory of the 266th Pope remains in the hearts of the Church and of all humanity. Archbishop Diego Ravelli, master of pontifical liturgical ceremonies, spread a white silk cloth over the face of the Pope, while Cardinal Camerlengo Farrell sprinkled his body with holy water. A sack containing coins and medals minted during his pontificate was then placed in the coffin with the Pope. The lid was placed on the zinc-lined coffin, along with the Pope's pectoral cross, coat of arms, and a plaque with the Pope's name and the duration of his life and Petrine ministry, while psalms were sung. After the coffin was sealed, the seals of the Cardinal Camerlengo and the prefects of the Papal household, the office of the liturgical celebrations, and the Vatican chapter were imprinted. The wooden coffin, which bears a cross and a coat of arms of the Pope, was then sealed.
And in the images we see delegations passing in front of the altar of the confession, where the Pope's coffin, sealed coffin, lies still in state. They pause to offer their last respects, their final respects. And there are delegations from at least 130 countries and international organizations gathered here in St. Peter's Square.